There's two wolves inside of me. One says shoot digital and save money, the other says shoot film, you'll never retire anyways. There's also two other wolves, ORWO's Wolfen NC400 and ORWO's Wolfen NC500. I don't see many people giving ORWO that much love. Well, maybe they do, if you believe that Lomo 92 is the same as ORWO Wolfen NC400. Either way, I think it's really cool that we're getting a new color emulsion coming from someone other than Kodak in the year 2023. With Kodak producing most color films that are coming out today, it's really cool that ORWO is trying to make a comeback. I really wanted to support this effort, so I decided to do a dedicated video for these film stocks. I really wanted to showcase what they're capable of doing. I actually shot NC500 earlier this year over at Mount Rainier, and I actually had a roll left over from that trip. As well, ORWO's NC400 had just come out, so I decided to pick up 2 rolls of that to shoot with the extra roll of NC500 I had laying about. Being about mid-July, me and Claire decided to be outdoorsy and run back over to Mount Rainier, but this time we decided to head to the sunrise side of the mountain.
Justice for Mattress Ranch.
Unfortunately, everybody else had the same idea as us. As we drove over to Mount Rainier, we kind of got stuck before even entering the park because there was a 45-minute wait just to enter. Feeling persistent and already knew we spent the gas getting here, we just kind of waited around until we could get up to the park, which actually didn't take that long. Now in the park, we made our way up to the Sunrise parking lot. Okay, we know the film stock. What camera did I bring? I brought my Olympus OM-1. As well, I brought a 50mm f1.8, a 35mm f2.8, and a 28mm f3.5 for the camera. It might sound like a lot of gear for a hike, but Olympus really are the masters of making light and compact cameras and lenses. Take the Olympus XA for example, one of the smallest, lightest, compact rangefinders on the market, and probably one of the best too. I had one for a few months and I absolutely loved it. Unfortunately it broke, so I probably should go out and buy another one. Lucky for me, the OM-1 is a tank and built to last. As well, it weighs in just over a pound with the lens, so can't complain about that. I decided to load up NC400 first because I had 2 rolls of it. Like I said earlier, there's a rumor going around that ORWO's NC400 and Lomo 92 are the same film stock, but I'm not too sure. I haven't shot Lomo 92, but the bluish characteristics seem to match up with the NC400, even though I nudged mine to be a bit more brown and dull in Lightroom. I just wasn't feeling blue for once. As for our hike, I begged Claire to do a fire lookout. This would be my first ever fire lookout and I was really eager to get up the mountain and take some photos up there. I would totally pretend to be an outdoorsy person today. You couldn't ask for a nicer day up on the mountain. It was beautiful. I was just in awe of the vast beauty of this area. I decided to start off with a 28mm because I thought it'd be wide enough to capture all of this gorgeous landscape. This hike was pretty much just uphill climbing up for 75% of it. Out of shape and needing breaks, I used this as an excuse to take more photos and capture more B-roll. So this video at least has enough footage. I got pretty much all this footage on mute though. Y'all don't need to hear me wheeze.
Babe, I have terrible news. That's where we're going.
Oh, fuck.
So we made it to the fire lookout. It was truly stunning up here. I felt super accomplished making it all the way up to this fire lookout. I get why people do this regularly now. I had finished the roll of NC400 as soon as we reached the fire lookout, so I decided to load up some NC500 to switch tactics a bit. As well, I traded out the 28mm lens for a 35mm lens.
Could you hold me tight? Don't turn off the lights. I don't wanna fight with you.
I survived whatever this peak is called. Huzzah.
I drug my fat ass up this mountain. Yay.
I'm not the biggest portrait taker, but I do like taking photos of Clara. But we hardly have any together. I had lugged my tripod all the way up this mountainside, and I was gonna have that be for nothing. Lucky for me, the OM-1 comes with a timer system that surprisingly still works. It's fairly simple to use. All you have to do is set your shutter speed, your aperture, focus on your focal point, set the timer, run all the way around the camera, and it takes the image for you. It's that easy.
Could you hold me tight?
I'm really happy I did this. I'm wanting to do this more for myself in the future. It's just nice having these little keepsakes.
With you.
Honestly, I'm thinking about having these images printed just to hang up in my personal space. We took a decent little break up here. It's not every day for us that we get to spend our afternoon on top of a ridge looking at this beautiful mountain. If it was, I'd be in way better shape. After taking a few photos on an 80-year-old box camera, we decided to turn around and head back. We had plenty of light, but with me stopping and taking photos and video, we wanted to make sure we weren't climbing down the trail in the dark. If I had to be nitpicky about these film stocks, I'd say that it looks like NC400 has less dynamic range than NC500. As well, NC500 seems to have a less baked-in look. Don't get me wrong, NC500 is definitely stylized, but it just comes off as a little more neutral. I'm just able to make it work with my style. This photo right here is the reason why I prefer NC500 over NC400. The colors are nice and retro, there's no harsh highlights or shadows, the grain is complementary, I love it. I also find the greens really nice. Honestly, they're true to life. NC500 does lack though when it comes to capturing the color blue. The skies always come out a little more stony and gray rather than a true blue, which I don't mind. I actually kind of like it. However, if you love a more vibrant, saturated blue, go for the NC400. It's got that pop. On our descent, I got another first. I saw my first marmot. This guy was huge, fast, and I had a strong urge to take him home. But Clara said no. On the last stretch back to sunrise, I finished the roll of NC500 with an accidental double exposure panorama. It looks cool, right? Finally back at the Sunrise parking lot, I threw off my backpack, sat down in the car, and started chugging some water. Not thinking straight, I unloaded the NC500 and threw in another roll of NC400. I don't know what I was thinking. We had completed the hike and the sun was going down. What would I capture? As Claire drove us down the mountain, I decided to play with motion in the scene, as well as capture the beginnings of the golden hour light outside the car window. Hungry and honestly tired, we decided to make a pit stop at this tavern. The food was fine, the decor was unique, and the drinks were cheap. Not a bad way to end the day. Well, that's this one wrapped up. Here's the last few shots I took on the drive home. I feel kind of bad that I was lazily wasting this roll on the drive home, but it is what it is. I don't hate either of these film stocks. I think they're both unique and both can be used to take beautiful, beautiful photographs. I think I'm gonna wait to shoot some more ORWO film though. Maybe I'll buy some of their black and white film and give that a whirl, but I don't know. As well, again, I was kind of burning through the second roll of NC400 and wasn't really taking any serious photos with it. However though, I did take this photo one night and I really enjoy it. I love the warmth of the overall photo, there's a smooth shadow drop off that is pleasing, and the grain is on point. I really wasn't expecting this photo to be so good. If ORWO was going to release any of these Wolfen NC film stocks in medium format though, I'd definitely pick up a roll or two. I really like the skin tones that I've captured with these ORWO film stocks, and I'm now just intrigued to see how they perform at night. But until that point though, I'm going to let these wolves run free. Ice cream's so good.